Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Another episode here of Bass and Furious. Sorry for the multiple uploads there, but I'm getting prepared for the Big Bass Tour, Smith Mountain Lake. Um, I'm here. I am in Smith Mountain Lake, Bedford, Virginia, and I'm already 100% completely packed and ready to go to fishing right now, but I got a little bit of time. So we're going to go through and look at a couple things and setups, kind of talk about the goal for this tournament, the philosophy, and ready to have some fun, enjoy myself on the day. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let me go grab my stuff and we'll get to chatting with you guys. All right, there we go. Rods, reels. One tackle bag here. Slide that out of the way a little bit. Oh boy. And about 37,000 tackle boxes. Okay, guys. That should do it. So hopefully you guys can see what we're working with here. So, again, this is the Smith Mountain Lake Big Bass Tour, guys. It goes to multiple cities. Last week they were at maybe Gunnersville, Chickamauga. They were at Lake Norman. They travel to different states throughout the United States, and it's a Big Bass tournament. If you guys follow my channel at all, you remember that I've been to this event pretty much every year. Every chance I can get, I go. Ton of stuff, man. And it's 6 more behind the camera that you guys can't see, and a whole box over there that I'm about to go sort. Yes, it's a Big Bass Tour event, guys. And basically, like I said, it's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, event to fish every year. I look forward to coming down here. It's a lot of fun, a lot of people. Last time I fished this event, it was over 900 people competing in this event. So it's a very difficult event, a lot of people, a lot of pressure, but Smith Mountain Lake is huge, and I might have saw like 150 of those people, but I didn't feel like it was so much pressure that I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I could go anywhere out here and have it to myself, which is a lot of fun. Big Bass Tour, the event or the goal of it is the first place prize is a 2020 Nitro Z19 with a 200 horsepower Mercury motor, Minn Kota Ultrex, Humminbird, Helix 8s. Like it's a really nice setup for the boat. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. It's a really nice setup. That's the first place prize. I think it's valued about 45 or 50 grand for the boat. But that's the main deal. The secondary deal is they pay out every hour for the top 10 biggest fish of that hour. And that's the key piece to this tournament. This is not like a traditional 5 fish, come back in, fish for 8 hours, weigh in best 5 fish at the end of the day, and hope that your best 5 fish are better than everybody else's best 5 fish, or at least enough to get you paid. You guys ever been fishing on that day? You go out, you catch a 6-pounder, and then every other fish you catch is 2 pounds, and you end up losing the tournament by like 6 pounds because you got a big fish, but you couldn't get nothing else to go with it. You didn't take home any money. You might have got big fish for the day, maybe you didn't. You caught a 6, and then somebody else came back and was a 7.5, and you didn't get any money. You had a great day of fishing. You landed the biggest fish you've caught all year, and you got no money for it. Big Bass Tour, way different, okay? If you land that 6 and you go weigh that 6 in, if that 6-pounder is the biggest fish for that hour, $1,000 your way. Boom, for that hour. So let's say between 8 and 8:30, you go out and catch a 6-pounder. You weigh the 6-pounder in at 850. That counts for that hour. It's the biggest fish of that hour. You've made $1,000. Now, guess what? Your day's not over. You weighed that fish in, you made $1,000, you go back out and keep fishing. If you know where the 6-pounder is and you sling that crankbait again and you catch a 5, at like 12 o'clock, you come back in with the 5. If it's the second biggest fish of that hour, you've now made $500. So in one day, you landed 2 big fish and you've made $1,500 in a day for landing 2 fish. Not a 5-fish limit. You didn't have to beat everybody in the river or the lake. You just had to beat the people in that hour that chose to weigh their fish. So some people, they make an hour run. They can't come in with that 8-pounder that hour. You win that hour just because they didn't come back. Now they're gonna win a later hour, but that has nothing to do with your hour. You've already won. So you see what I'm saying? Like this deal, if you can find them, if you're good at finding big fish, if you somehow, every time you hit the lake, you somehow run into a 4-pounder, this is the tournament for you. You have you can possibly enter for 3 days, 24 hours straight of fishing. You just have to find a 4 or a 5-pounder in 3 days, guys. Okay, so this is the tournament that you need to sign up for if you want to bass fish and come. Sign up for this deal. You can launch from anywhere on the lake. Hey, what's up? Not a clue. That's pretty cool. So this is the tournament that you need to hop in. It is, man. There's definitely some strategy to it. So the one key one is that you can have 3 fish in the well at any time. So if you run into a bunch of 4-pounders, you keep 3 4-pounders in the well. You weigh each one in each hour. That way you get yourself at least a $200, $325 check 3 separate times, right? Because you can only weigh in 1 fish an hour. But if you've done your work and you land on a really good spot, you keep the fish and then you watch the scoreboard to make sure that you slide in there. If the smallest fish for that hour is like a 3.2 and you got a 3.6, boom, slide in there towards the end, get that check and keep it and go back out there and try to find some more. So it's definitely some strategy to it. It's a lot of fun for the event. I for the most part keep it really simple, guys. I go to an area, I hit a bunch of different areas, work them over really well, hit another area, hit another area. Don't stop till I start getting bites. When I get bites, then I try to settle in. Like I said, I'm really hoping for one. So catching a bunch of 1-pounders or a bunch of 2-pounders, throwing some small worm, this ain't that. Okay, this is not that. Obviously, you can catch an 8-pounder on a worm or 7-pounder on a worm. I did it. Go back and watch my old videos. You'll see. I caught a 7-pounder on a worm. Skipping it. Flick shake. Underneath the dock. Drop down. Boom. 7. Tiny worm. You can do it, but why come to the Big Bass Tour and throw a tiny worm? I can throw a tiny worm anywhere I go. I'm coming out here. I'm throwing some big stuff. I'm going to throw some small stuff. I'm basically going to throw whatever it takes to catch fish and good fish for the day. So, and I'm usually not wanting to talk to you guys about a tournament strategy before the tournament, but the reality is wherever you're at, if you fishing this, that's cool. It's 899 other people out here. Okay, if you know what I'm doing, cool. Literally, I've told you nothing of what I'm doing. I'm still just going fishing. I just may be throwing some bigger baits than what I normally throw. And I may not. I may throw that worm. I just told you I caught a 7-pounder worm. I may just be skipping worm all day. Who knows? We're going to hit a lot of different things, have a lot of fun, enjoy myself. Stay safe is the key. And kind of go from there, guys. So I wanted to kind of bring you guys with me. I've got a lot of stuff rigged up. I'll show you some stuff I have already. In particular, this is one of those deals this is one of them why not deals. Why not throw a 7.5-inch giant jointed glide bait? Why not? Okay? Why not? Ask Carl Jocumsen and Brandon Polinick. They'll tell you. Yeah, I'm definitely lying. I may be lying. I may not be lying. Skipping that worm to catch you the giants. I'm trying to tell you. So, okay, so here, case in point. I do have a drop shot tied on. I do have a worm tied on. Okay, so whether I'm going to use it is the question. This actually, and you can't get away from this. This is the exact style of bait that I threw when I caught the 7-pounder out here. Flick shake, low worm, skip it, keep it moving. So you can't not tie that on. If you catch a 7 and you come back to the exact same place, you're probably going to have it on. I may rip it off out of frustration. But this is something that I am going to throw that I don't normally throw. And like I said, I don't mind showing this stuff because, again, you got to go exactly where I go and throw what I throw to do what I'm trying to do. So this is another key one I'm going to throw. 5.8-inch Kitech, little blade underneath. This is something I haven't thrown a lot of because when you're a co-angler fishing BFLs, guys, this ain't what you're trying to throw. You ain't trying to throw no 5.8-inch Kitechs. I did throw a pretty big bait once I got a 5-fish limit, that's for sure. But this is something I will be throwing just kind of see. I got a couple different colors. I got a 5.8 and I got a 6.8 Kitech. Just something like that. I'm not going too far from what has worked for me and what I'm familiar with and what I'm good at. This is something that's going to be key out here. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be pretty sick, I think. This is always key if you're looking for bigger fish. Just a little Texas rig, a little Wu tungsten, uh, quarter ounce weight, raised bug, and Berkeley hook. Something like this, dragged off of or pitched at or something like that. This is going to be. I think this is going to be key. I've caught some really big fish, just throwing around a little Texas rig. So I think you're going to have to slow down. It's fall fishing. It's been 2 patterns that I've run all fall so far that have worked really good. I'm going to run them tomorrow, but I'm also going to change as need be because I'm in a whole new body of water. But the pattern I've been running that's been working has worked in rivers, lakes, stream. Yeah, absolutely. You can never go wrong with a Texas red creature bait, man. Like literally never on any body of water. You can be deep in a river. You can be in a crystal clear lake. Texas red creature bait is you can never go wrong with. But for me, I've been running a little pattern that's been working really good, and I'm gonna just stick with that pattern for fall fishing. And like I said, adapt as necessary. But that's kind of my game plan. I'm saying these words out loud, going through it myself right now, but you guys all know, like I know, when I get on the water and I see something, I'm just gonna go to that. I'm gonna go to that. I'm gonna switch here. I'm gonna try this. Kind of key in on what's happening and just make some adjustments. But I never go out with like just hooks. I always tie on something. So when I pull up on a spot, I can make a cast, and then I make adjustments as I need to, based on what the fish are telling me. That's pretty much how I go by. That's how I fish. I'm sure a lot of you guys fish. Go by what the fish are telling me. If I'm flipping up shallow, flip up shallow, flip up shallow, don't get bit. Pitch out this way, just testing because my line got twisted and I get bit. Okay, I think Gerald Swindle said it best. That wasn't an accident. It may have been, but it probably wasn't. So again, just go by what the fish are telling you. Make sure that you're paying attention to the clues, especially in something like this. This is a new body of water for me this year. I have not fished this place at all in 2020. I've looked at the water. That's all I've done. But by the same token, I haven't done a video on my BFLs yet. I fished the James River. I had a little bit of help from one of my buddies. We went out there. We kind of talked a little bit about what's going on. But I had never seen the James River since 2016. I have not been to the James River at all since 2016. 2017, 2016, I think, was the last time I went to the James River. Show up in the BFL, fish the conditions, fish the moment that presented itself to me, and boom, found myself in the 40th place out of 160 anglers with a 5-fish limit and literally a pound and a half out of getting a check in my first ever regional tournament that I've ever done by fishing the moment and fishing the conditions. This happened, boom, do this. This happened, boom, do. There were some times in that tournament where I'd be in the middle of having a Texas rig, flipping it in the tree, and I had to immediately reel that up, throw that out to the side, and grab something else and bomb, like literally like second. You're talking split second because you see a little thing, boom, bomb. Like it was very, 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 very interesting with that particular thing on how that works. So for me, it was a learning experience in a sense, but a very quick learning experience. Like boom, this happened, do this. Boom, this happened, do this. Boom, try this, try this, try that. Like that has been key for me, and I'm just planning on keep riding that momentum from here. Next year, keep it going. Starting today, keep it going. It's my first tournament since the regional. We're gonna have some fun. But pretty much that's what I had, guys. I wanted to kind of just chime in here real quick. I got a little bit of work left to do here before it's time to get it in, and a lot of stuff going on. I got to run to a little corner store real quick and try to get some change tomorrow for the boat ramp because I need change for the boat ramp. You got to pay to launch where I'm going. I think you do. I got to check that, and then I'll be ready to rock, guys. So stay tuned. I probably will not be going live on the water or throughout the day unless if I land, even if I land a giant, I'm not. I'm just gonna be too focused on getting it back. After the tournament, before the tournament, I may go live on that. Especially when I get home in the evening, I'll probably do a recap. It's gonna be a lot easier for me to just recap the day than to film and edit the day. I just want to recap the day, talk to you guys about what happened, tell you guys about the Giants, and then be sure to check my Instagram because I'll post them. If I get some big fish, I'll post it on there. But this should be a fun deal, guys. I'm gonna get organized a little bit, get everything ready to go, eat some food. Guys, I've been driving for almost 4 hours to get here. It took me almost 4 hours to get here. Said it was gonna take 3:30, but I drove so slow. It took me almost 4 hours to get here. I went through one shot. It's the first time I've ever done that. I drove in one shot, got down here. I'm just excited. I'm ready to fish. And I'm gonna eat, organize, show you guys. Look, this is what I'm doing right now. You guys may or may not like this, but I'm sitting here watching probably one of y'all favorite YouTubers. Good old John B. Sitting there watching John B on YouTube. Organize and tackle. Getting ready to go. Boats outside. Boats getting charged up. Should be a fun day, guys. I'll keep you guys posted. Again, as always, my Fast and Furious friends, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, everyone, for the support. I appreciate you guys cheering me on, wishing me good luck, man. These things are awesome. I really appreciate it because you don't have to, but I appreciate it when you do, and I thank you for it. And let's try to make something happen. First and foremost, give God thanks for safe travels, and we're going to get out there and make something happen, guys. So appreciate you all. Stay tuned. I'll be back.